If you want to automate your work, connect your favorite apps, and build simple workflows without coding, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you how to set up Zapier step by step, from creating your first connection to building and publishing your first Zap. This is a great way to save time on repetitive tasks, and once you understand the basics, you can start automating all kinds of things across your business or personal workflow. If this tutorial helps you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy tech guides just like this. Alright, let's jump in. First, open your browser and go to Zapier. Once you're on the Zapier platform, you'll want to get familiar with the dashboard because this is where all of your app connections and automation workflows will live. Zapier makes it easy to connect different tools together, so instead of manually copying information from one app to another, you can let automation do the work for you. Next, click on App Connections. This is the section where Zapier keeps track of the apps you've already linked to your account. If this is your first time using Zapier, you may not see many connections yet, and that's completely normal. The goal here is to start by connecting the app you want Zapier to work with. After that, click on Create Connection. Zapier will now ask you which app you want to connect. In the search box, type the name of the app you want to use. For example, you might connect Gmail, Google Sheets, Slack, Notion, HubSpot, or any other supported app. Zapier has thousands of integrations, so there's a good chance the tool you need is available. Once you find the app, click Add Connection and follow the prompts to sign in and authorize access. This step is important because Zapier needs permission to interact with the app on your behalf. Depending on the service, you may be asked to log in, confirm access, or approve a few permissions. Just review everything carefully and continue through the setup. When the app connection is complete, you can go back and click Create. This is where you begin building your automation. In Zapier, automations are called Zaps. A Zap is made up of a trigger and one or more actions. The trigger is the event that starts the workflow, and the action is what happens after that event. Now click on Zap Workflows. This will take you into the area where you can create and manage your automations. If you're brand new, don't worry about making it perfect the first time. The easiest way to learn Zapier is to build a very simple workflow first, then expand from there once you understand how everything connects. Inside the Zap editor, start by adding your trigger. Think of the trigger as the starting point. For example, a new form submission, a new email, a new row in a spreadsheet, or a new message in a channel can all be triggers. Zapier will guide you through selecting the app, choosing the event, and testing it to make sure it works correctly. After the trigger is set, add your action. This is the step Zapier performs automatically after the trigger happens. For example, you might create a task, send a message, add data to a spreadsheet, or update a contact. You can add one action or multiple actions depending on how advanced you want your workflow to be. As you build your Zap, make sure to review each step carefully. Double-check the connected app, the selected event, and any fields that need to be filled in. This helps avoid mistakes and makes sure your automation runs exactly the way you want it to. Once everything is set up, publish your Zap. Publishing turns your workflow on so Zapier can start running it automatically in the background. After that, your automation is live and ready to save you a time every day. And that's it. You've now learned how to set up Zapier, connect an app, create a workflow, add your trigger and action, and publish your first Zap. From here, you can keep exploring and build more powerful automations as you get comfortable. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and subscribe for more simple step-by-step tutorials. And if you want, leave a comment letting me know which apps you want to connect in Zapier next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.